Hi, it's Mel from Wildly Curious here. Recently I've posted on my Instagram and Facebook page a little challenge set by the lovely bushcraft folk at Woodland Ways. It involves making a tiny feather stick out of a match, setting light to it using a fire steel, and then using the match to ignite a candle. That's what we're going to do. Here's what you need: sharp knife, box of matches. You'll probably go through plenty of these, so make sure you've got a lot. If you want to start with the longer matches, if you're not feeling very confident, you could try that. You need a tea light or a candle, and you need a fire steel. So here's my match. I've tried to choose one that's relatively even in size. Sometimes you find matches in matchboxes that are a bit split, so this one looks relatively okay. If you're a novice with a knife, I would suggest holding it at the top and doing it like this. I'm actually going to put the match tip into this little groove in my table, because then I can push against there and it doesn't move, which is quite helpful. Keeping your fingers and your thumb out of the way, I'm starting on the corner of the matchstick here, and I'm just tilting the knife bevel until I feel it bite, and then I'm going to bring it down quite slowly until I get a little curve. Oh, cut that one off. Let's try again. I'm in a slightly awkward position here trying to do it for the camera, but we'll see how we go. Oh, no, I've lost that one as well. Let's go again. I'm actually catching the finger guard here on the table, which is why I'm not being able to get them down very far. There we go. So you want them as fine as possible. The finer they are, the easier they'll be to set light to with a fire steel. If they're chunky, it won't work. If you're a bit more practiced at using a knife, I prefer this technique. So I'm holding the match in my left hand and the knife in my right hand. I'm right-handed, and I'm going to use my right thumb to brace the end of the match. So again, I just tilt my knife very slightly, just until I can feel it biting into the surface of the wood, and then bring it down. I want to go really slowly with this. So it's really controlled. A, because you don't want to lose your curls, and B, because you're working towards your thumb. The finer your shavings, the better. The fire steel needs very fine shavings for the sparks to be able to ignite. That one's a bit chunky. Oh, that one's very chunky. Right, I'm going to make some more of these, so join me again in a minute when I've finished. Once you've made a few, you should find that you have a little pile of shavings probably on your table. You'll have a few broken matches, and some that didn't work very well, and some that worked better. What you want to do is you want to choose one that looks particularly fluffy. So these two look pretty good. And maybe this one here. So those are the ones that I'm going to choose to try and do the challenge with. Lots of you will have learnt to use a fire steel like this, where you push with the striker. The problem is with doing that is it often dislodges your tinder, or in this case your feather stick. If I do this, I'm going to end up bashing that and squashing it and breaking all the little curls off. So I'm probably going to try doing it like this instead, keeping the striker still, putting my hand onto my board and pulling back with the fire steel instead. Right, here we go. There we go. set light to my tea light today. It's quite windy out here. There we are. Excellent. Okay, so you've seen how I've done it. Have a go. If you manage to do it, or even if you don't manage to do it, it's great practice, and let me know how you got on.